you, Boop Boop Blossom. But our video is started. Hi, everybody. Monster Art School is in session. So today we are going to do the mysterious catbird. I know that's kind of a weird thing, but it's a cross between a cat and a bird. What? I'm very excited about it. So to help me today, I brought some photos of a cat and a bird that I printed out just to keep in mind certain things as I'm drawing. Because I think I want this one to have a little bit more naturalism than they usually do. So if I want something that feels a little bit more real, I will go with, I will get some pictures so I can make my image seem a little bit more real. And today, my assistant Luna
Hi.
is here in the studio,
Hi.
in art studio, to help us draw. So I hope everyone will join us. Either that, or if they're not going to join us, they're outside having fun in the sun. Oh, and I have my sketch right here. So now, boop, we're going to go head right out onto it. Boop, boop, doop. Okay.
Boop-de-doop, Dad.
Yes, I hear boop-de-doo. Do you have your ting? I have your ting right here. Okay, we only have one person watching. Okay, Kevin. Well, you get to be the main person watching today.
Yay.
Or maybe everyone else is just late. I don't know. Anyway, so today what we're going to do is we're going to do a scene. Hiya, Penelope. How you doing? Today we're going to do a scene with a catbird, and I want it to be like an Egyptian scene. So, hi. Hi, Looney.
Hi.
Hiya. Aw, I got a kiss. Thank you. That was very sweet. I'm really glad you came
I
to
don't
join
have
me.
a pencil.
I have 3 right here, so you can take one. Any one of them.
Lol.
Which one do you want? That one? Lol. There's a eraser on the floor here if you
I
need it.
said that just
There's an orange eraser over there. Okay, so
I said it because of lol.
this is what we're going to draw, Luna. See? Look. I thought you might have fun drawing that with me. So that's why, one of the reasons why I did it. So here we go. Let's start. So what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn our paper sideways. And then the first thing I think we should do is establish a ground. So this is going to be the ground right here. Okay? Just a line across the bottom of the paper. Not exactly at the bottom edge, but somewhere like close, maybe a couple inches up from the bottom. And then we're going to draw an egg, like so, okay? So the egg is one part of the egg is going to rest on the ground. Okay, now, from here, we're going to draw another egg that overlaps about halfway into that first egg, like so. Okay, like that. I know. It's all eggs right now. Then I'm going to draw a taller egg that kind of comes like this, and then a half an egg over here like that. Okay? So we have egg, half egg, bigger egg, biggest egg. Okay? And down here, we're going to draw an ellipse right along like that. So what you should have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ellipses. This one in front of this one on top of this one on top of this one, and this one behind that one. Okay. Now, we're going to draw a line that comes up like so. And hi, Jamie. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Marco. So now what we're going to do from here is...
People are late today.
Yeah, well, I've been late the last couple times because you haven't been around to help me. So now what we're going to do from here is, at the bottom of this ellipse here, I'm going to draw kind of a box, like so, okay? And then from that box, we're going to draw out till that box hits the ground. And it's going to come up like this. And with this one, I'm going to draw down like that. And like so. Okay. And then down here, we're going to draw a shape that kind of looks like that. Okay? It's like a half circle with a bite taken out of it right here. And we're going to do another one right there. Okay. You might be starting to see what we're doing here. Back here, we're going to draw a similar shape to that, except it's just going to be straight and then out and then back around like that. Okay? Now, cool thing is, right about here, we're going to draw up. So remember that middle sphere or egg shape. We're going to draw up a little bit. And then we're going to draw a triangle. Okay? Triangle like that. And I kind of already suggested what I'm doing with that triangle, but so we're going to draw a triangle like this. Okay, now, first thing I want you to do is to flatten the bottom of that triangle. And then right about halfway along the length of that triangle, we're going to put a point here and a point there. Okay, so like halfway. And we're going to come in like that, and we're going to make another triangle. Okay? And then we're going to draw from right about halfway, well, not halfway, about a third of the way from that corner point down to here. We're going to draw a dot, and then we're going to draw from that dot to the corners. Whoops. So it should look something like that, okay? And then we can erase all this stuff, leaving us with a cat head. Now, the next step is we're going to draw from this spot here in the middle of this line here to the middle of that there. We're going to draw a slightly curved line. See how it curves like that? And then from here, maybe go up a little bit above that middle line. So that middle line right here, we go a little bit above, and we're going to draw an almond shape there, and an almond shape there. And what I mean by an almond shape is just a line like this and a line like that, okay? So two kind of half circles. Not quite half circles, but then from those two, we're going to do lines inside of those eyes there. And about halfway between this point and this point, we're going to draw a line, an upside down triangle.
Line?
Okay?
Oh no.
Yes, we're going to draw a line. Thanks, Luna. And then we're going to draw up like this and up like that. Now, under that triangle, we can draw another little triangle like so. Okay? And then we'll bring it back out and around to the top here. And then since this kind of cat is kind of a skinnier cat and has very short hair, I'm going to draw inside the cheekbones like that. Okay? And now for the eyes, you can make the eyes nice and... Well, let's look at our picture. What do the eyes look like on our picture? Okay, so there's the eyes there. So I don't know if it's a magic token. I think it's just a coincidence. It's a cat and a bird. Probably just a coincidence. It's not the most inventive name. So right about here, I'm going to draw in, and I'm going to draw a pointy piece down. And then I'm going to draw out like here and make that line a little thicker and give him eyelashes. Okay. And then we can give it little nostrils like that. Doesn't take much. Let's erase these lines in here. Now we'll have kind of a cattish face. And then we can... Imagine you're going to draw a circle here, but only draw the bottom half of the circle. Okay. So like that. Now, let's come out here with some hair. And the way to approach the fur is to kind of come out, jag in, come out, jag in, and then come around like this. Kind of made his head a little bigger than I wanted to. but that's okay, I guess. And you can round out the chin like I just did if you want. Yeah, I made his head big. Darn. Okay. Oh, well. It's just going to be a weird-looking catbird. I'll have to fix this later. Shrink his head by about 50%. Sorry, guys. I messed up. Anyway.
No kidding.
What? That wasn't nice, Luna. Okay, so now down here, we're going to come around like so. Just from right here on the leg up and around the front chest, and then we can bring it up like this. And then we'll see the top of his leg coming like this and down. And then we'll draw around here. And if you want to add little bits of fur down here, kind of drawing this more like an animated cat than a real cat, giving it more simple lines. We can then erase all of this stuff here. And then in here, we've got his rib cage is here, or her rib cage is here. And then we're going to draw back here. We're going to let this come out because that's his upper leg. And his upper leg kind of folds over like so. And you've got the knee in here. And so the fur in here kind of hides where his leg folds. So you'll see it kind of looking like this. And then down here you've got more fur hanging down here like this. And again, you can just draw lines like that every once in a while, just jagged lines like that, just to give the impression of there being fur, so it doesn't look like it's bald. Okay, now we can, if we want, give him, we can finish these ears, make them look, kind of give him a little bit more of a rounded, curvy feel. They don't need to be exactly triangles like that. And we can go and draw a couple of jagged lines in here just to make it feel like we've got a furry ear. And then draw up and around like so. And if you want, under his chin, you can give him a little bit of a shadow. And now, let's get to his feet. I'm going to make his feet a little bit bigger than this. So I realize that sometimes the sizes get a little bit off as I go, so I have to fix that stuff. So there's his 2 feet, and there's his back foot needs to come out. And we're still going to have that shape like that, okay? But the way we're going to handle this back foot is, let's draw it like draw basically like that and that. That's all you need to do right now. And we're going to draw out and like that. Okay, then, see, we're going to look and we're going to try and create 4 toes. So we go up. Then, are you being sarcastic again?
Yes.
We can draw down.
What do you mean again?
And down. And down and down. Yeah, again. And we'll draw little tiny toes right there.
What do you mean
2 nails
by
right there.
it?
What do I mean by it? That you're just being sarcastic as usual? Is that a better word for it?
Yeah.
Yeah? My snarky little girl.
It's a catbird, Dad. It doesn't have to be anatomically correct.
Anatomically correct? Yeah, it does. For me, it does. So we're going to draw a line like this that goes over its knuckle and around its toe.
Batman's endless series of Bat-Themed.
And then we'll go like this. What, Luna?
This works even better than Batman's endless series of Bat-Themed toys.
What?
That's
Oh,
what Ted Pabor said.
catbird?
Uh,
Catbird. Na 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 catbird.
Ooh, cat lashes.
Cat lashes,
Ted
yes.
Said Luna, the harshest of critics.
Okay, so now let's make this cat feel like it's got a wing, okay? So now what we have to do is, that's why I brought with me another creature, which is a red-tailed hawk. And I want to get that sense of the wing, the way it attaches in here and then comes around like that. So we've got a nice big oval here. So let's kind of put that thought in our heads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that it attaches on here, right above the top of that arm. I'm going to say it attaches there. You might see the other part of it attaching there, so it's muscles. And then in here, I'm going to draw an oval like that, a big long oval, and draw another one back here. Okay? All right. And so we can connect this by bringing this around to that spot. And then we get rid of this line. And we bring this around to that spot there. So we end up with kind of this piece here should look like it's folding over that piece, okay? And if you want to make it feel a little bit more like there's bone rather than just being curved shapes, you can give this a little bit more of an angular feel right through here. Okay?
Angular.
And then, oops, can I have my sketch, please? Can you hand me that, please? Thanks, sweetie pie. So now, over here, now that we've got this part of the wing done, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the rest of the wing. So there's always like one or two feathers that are always a little bit off. So I'll have one feather here just kind of hanging out. And then we'll have, oh, come on, I keep dropping everything. We'll have another group of feathers coming out down here, and another group of feathers coming out down there. So we'll make it like, imagine you're drawing kind of curved triangles coming off the bottom of that ellipse. So like 1, 2, and then you can have another feather sticking up there, okay? So now we've got the basics of the cat. And I kind of imagine that this catbird, you know, we're going to get to the feathers in a little bit, but I kind of imagine this catbird being Egyptian. Even though I know they didn't really have catbirds in the Egyptian myths, as far as I understand. They did have cat goddesses and gods. I forget, the one name was, I think, Septet, or I don't remember. I went to the Museum of Art in the city, and they have multiple statues of her. Bastet, I think is her name. And she's the female cat goddess, and she's actually a lioness. She's quite beautiful statues. So back here, I'm going to draw a swirl coming around like this for his tail, or her tail. And then we're going to draw down like so to bring the tail around. I think it's going to just have a really long tail. I imagine it needs its tail to kind of maneuver while it's flying. Okay. And then back here, behind her, Bastet. I'm going to draw, remember that line we drew before? I'm going to draw here. I'm going to continue that line across. Okay, and then I'm going to go up.
Sphinx.
And up.
Hey, Dad, that is...
No, Sphinx has a human head. Like this. So we're going to pretend that there's a rectangle back here, okay? Make it wider. I mean, like it's a full rectangle. It goes all the way behind the cat. And then we'll draw up, like so. And then from here, we'll come in a little bit and draw up like so, okay? And I want to kind of, at that point, I'm going to take a line, and have this line come across, down, across, down, curve down a little bit, across, and across. And I'll erase that out. So what this is going to be back here is going to be a pediment of a pillar. And then what we can do from there is we can start drawing horizontal lines on the pillar pediment like that. Get rid of those extra lines there. And then you can have this one have cracks in it. So I always just draw kind of random cracky lines coming in like that to make it look like it's an old stone. And then along here, I'm going to put a couple of lines.
My cats act like they are cat gods.
2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, cats like to think they're gods. 1, 2, 3 lines. And then in here, I'm just going to draw a silent line. And what I mean by silent line is just going to make it there for indication. So it's not going to be one that I'm going to keep. And I'm going to draw an ellipse there. And then I'm going to go around like this. I'm going to draw another ellipse here. I'm going to go around and draw another ellipse there. I'm going to bring this around here, and I'm going to draw another ellipse here. Okay? And then underneath those ellipses, we're going to come out and in, out and in. And this is actually from an actual temple in Egypt. I looked up the designs because I wanted it to be accurate. So I didn't realize they used the Ankh quite this much, but there it was on this actual temple, and I thought, oh, that's an easy symbol that we kind of could all recognize. The Ankh. It looks like a cross with a circle on top instead of a...
Maybe like the girl symbol, but like...
No. Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, except a lot smaller. I mean, the circle's a lot smaller, and the cross
Like-
part is a lot bigger, like that. See?
Like
Oh, please don't
Sorry.
mock the thing.
the girl symbol we all know is this.
Yeah. No, I know.
So it's basically a flip of that.
Well, not the flip. The girl symbol, I think, is like this. Goes off at an angle, I think. No? Oh, okay. Then I
don't
guess
think
it's
so.
very
That's
similar.
The boy symbol.
Then
I
it's,
think.
no, the boy symbol has an arrow. It's very similar.
No, I mean
Similar.
the
The male symbol has an arrow. I know that. So in here, we'll just do some triangles. 1, 2, 3. That kind of mimic these ones. And then we have kind of a cool
someone's gonna open
temple.
feet soon.
I hope not. That would stink. And then now let's get to adding details to our cat. So I kind of want this cat to be a special cat. So I'm going to draw a line down along like this. And then I'm going to draw a line across like that. And then I'm going to do a second line that goes with it. And then from here, we're going to draw down or up, depending. So it has a beautiful necklace around its neck. And actually, I'm going to change this just a little bit. Let's make it so that this curve comes here so that we can see the front of it. And we can put right here, we could put a nice oval, double oval for a necklace there. Okay, just because that kind of seems neat to do. And then for the wings, for the feathers, we're going to look at how the feathers are constructed on the bird. So here's one feather here, and then here we're going to have feather, feather, feather. See, it's just really one curved line, right? And then you do it again out here. You go out, and you have feather, 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 and then you go back out and you have feather, feather, and you can do the same back here. You have one feather here, one feather there, and then you can also add a little bit more subtle feathers on top here where they overlay each other more. So you'll get kind of this kind of a pattern. On the other wing back here, I'm just going to darken the inside of that wing so that we can really focus our attention on the wing that we see in the foreground. So by darkening it, it kind of creates depth and it makes it feel like it's in the background. And we can make sure we get these feathers here on there so it feels like it's still part of the same system. And then when we're doing these feathers, one thing you can do is at the bottom of these, you can bring some lines in like so. And add some texture to the feathers just to give them a little bit more flavor so that they feel more like they have those soft edges that feathers have. We're getting a lot of responses today. Ankh is like the female symbol with an oval top. Yeah. Bedazzled catbird. Yes, bedazzled catbird. So now from here, like certain things we could do is like decorating the cat in a way, like making the eyelashes a little bit bigger. Remembering that it's going to have, we can darken the inside of the ear in here.
It's the royal cat, but it's not the cat to be sacrificed.
Oh, no. I think this cat's in charge. This cat's large and in charge, man.
Because they have
And
wings.
I think you can put a earring in its ear. I don't know why. I just felt like maybe it's a little bit of a punk Egyptian catbird. I don't know. You can put some hairlines on here. I wouldn't go crazy with them because at a certain point they start to look like they're getting crazy hair. But if you want to just give a little texture, sometimes it's just a point of just kind of adding some small bits of texture to the lines that you've already drawn. So if you've drawn a dark shape like that, like this, you can just add some line to kind of make it feel a little bit more textured. And then you can always have these areas where you make angled lines like this. And then I think up here, I want to give the top of his head a little bit more, or her head a little bit more like that. And then maybe 2 lines like that, so it shows that it's thinking. It's a thinking catbird. And I'll put some shading on his nose, going up like that. Just kind of make her feel more thoughtful and regal. And then
Lost kitty.
we can throw some lost kitty. We can throw some black lines here that show its. Oh, please, you're knocking the camera, honey.
Sorry.
People can't see when you do that. We can add
And Dad, maybe you should add some like bejeweled stuff down on the tail.
to the tail, maybe. Well, first off, I'm going to just get some of these hairy areas on, right? So sometimes I'll do lines like
Not
this.
hairy, furry.
Furry. Some lines like this because what I want to do is give this
Where are my
sense
dinner
of depth.
Humans?
Where are my dinner womans?
Humans.
Humans, okay. Where are my dinner humans? I'm going to put little triangles here for its claws. And then we can finish these feathers out back here. I'm making these lines a little bit longer out here because I want the focus to be on the main body. So I want to have the longer feathers, longer lines back out here, so it kind of distracts from that area and focuses the eye in here. Now, the ground needs a little bit of shadow, so what we'll do is we'll just draw underneath the foot. We'll come around the foot. We'll draw in. Now we imagine that this part of the leg is creating a shadow, so I'll put that there. And then the belly here. And then we come out for this leg here. See? Right, pretty much down. And then we come up to here and we can meet this foot like so. And then again over there. And if you want to be really cool about it, you can do a little shape like a triangle right here. And then make that dark. Nope, not there. Make this dark here. And that little triangle there is the space between the shadows of the 2 legs. So as I fill this shadow in, you'll be able to see. So I changed my paper today. I changed it to a lighter paper, but I feel like it's a better paper to draw sketches on. And believe it or not, it's laser printing paper. Or is it laser printing or inkjet printing paper? It's like all-purpose paper, but it's 28-pound all-purpose paper from Staples. And I just like it because I can erase on it, and the pencils work really nicely on it, whereas the paper I was using last time really was kind of making it hard for me to finish the drawings. So I like this because I can get darker and I can really draw stuff in. And it's funny how some materials that you don't expect to be really good end up being the best materials. And I've fought this for years because I'm like, I have to use real art materials. And I've just found that this paper is so nice to draw on. So down in here, I'm going to draw a shadow from that wing over the leg. Remember, I always want to think that the objects are 3-dimensional. So if we're going to draw on the leg, we have to draw over the leg. So we'll have it come like this. Maybe give it a little bit of a shadow like that for the wing. And then we'll throw a shadow here on his butt that covers the tail. And then the tail's going to come wrap around like this. And every once in a while, especially on areas where it starts to cut off, you can put more, where it starts to turn, you can put more angle lines. Now what?
Now I want to see an illustration of a company of catbird riding warriors soaring into battle.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. Ancient Egyptian warriors riding catbirds.
Egyptian armor waving kopish around.
Kopish?
Kopish.
What's that?
I don't know. Kopish.
Is that a weapon?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe he'll tell us. So in here, because I want his ears to be dark, so what I'll do is in here I'm going to draw some more shading lines in like this.
It's
And then,
a sickle sword.
oh, it's a sickle sword. Okay. I should know that. I just don't know all the weapons in the world. So there you go. And then if we want to make this have some real deep mood and kind of creepy, not creepiness, but kind of moodiness. Remember way back we used to put frames on all of our drawings. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do here.
That was way back.
And then right there, I'm going to cut past the wing and let the ear stick out beyond it. And then we can just shade this in. Like so. And we'll do the same out here. So now what you should have is something that looks like this. And if you want to add a pattern up here, I didn't do research on this pattern up here, but I've seen patterns when I was looking. I saw some patterns that kind of look like this. And you want to just pretend like you can see the pattern going all the way through. That's how I do it. I just pretend like I can see it coming all the way down and coming back all the way up. And we got to continue these lines over here. And then we'll do another line inside that like this. And I'm going to throw more lines over here on this side to kind of give the sense that as we move away from us, as the object moves away from us, it gets a little darker. And then we can throw more, oops, a little high. Let's see. More shading through like so. And we'll fill that in with dark like this. Now, I've been talking a little bit more about texture today than I normally do, and so I'll talk some more about textures. The thing about texture is you want to make sure that whatever the texture you're doing is unique to the object that you're drawing. So if I'm going to draw fur, I'm going to draw, maybe these like lines are going to have a little bit of different directions to them, so they feel a little bit like they're not necessarily even. And then for the feathers, I want them to be a little bit more even because bird feathers are kind of, not waxy, they're kind of a little bit oily, so they tend to stay unruffled. But then the stone back here, in order to make the stone feel like it's kind of textural, let's just throw some lines across it like this. And then you can draw some horizontal lines. What are you doing with that? Right near my ear? Huh? What happened to your drawing? You didn't like it?
It was that drawing.
It what?
I didn't like the drawing that I was just drawing now.
Oh, that's a shame. I would have liked to have seen it, because I think you draw better than you think you do when you're not trying to. And so you can draw some lines through here, and then down like this.
What's a perspective comment?
What?
What's a perspective comment?
Perspective comment?
Yeah.
Perspective comment. I don't know. Not sure I understand that. And then from here, what you can do is put more texture lines here.
Storm asked if he can make a perspective comment.
A perspective comment. I guess, yeah, if you want. I mean, I'm not really worried so much about that right now, but don't do that up near the camera because that's going to take away all the sound.
What do you think I was trying to do?
So now let's erase all the extras.
It's an inkjet and laser paper, Dad.
And I'll put some more shadows down here. And I think right now, from a perspective standpoint, if we're going to talk about that, this up here has this curve like that, so we're looking up at this. And down here, we should probably curve it down, so we're looking down at it. But I've already kind of goofed up the perspective because I made the head too big, so
Wait, did you send
there's all kinds of
did you
things.
send out Jormungandr to Ted?
I have not, because I was going to go to the post office and I haven't had a chance to go yet. I apologize for that because, yeah, I've been a bad boy. But I promise you, it's sitting on my table in the other room waiting to get put in a box. I just finally got the boxes from the post office to send it out. So,
Okay, Ted wants to ink that page, apparently.
what, the Jormungandr?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
No?
I mean the cat page.
The cat? Okay. Well, so
No rush.
this is a little bit more
I mean, it's only been
2 weeks or 3 weeks. Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry about that, Ted. But
It's only been a month.
but this is kind of more what I would do for a more of a finished piece before I went to inking it. I'd be a little bit more exacting about it, and I would be more exacting about things like the curve on the stone and things like that to make it feel a little bit more in perspective. But since I was kind of going for an iconic piece, I'm not quite so worried about that. But I'm kind of happy with this bird. I hope you guys are having a fun drawing her, this cat bird. I think I might do more creatures like this. I really enjoy the Egyptian gods and goddesses, so I thought it might be fun to do more of those. Maybe even some Incan gods and goddesses or monsters and stuff, and some Native American gods and goddesses and Chinese and Japanese stuff. I just have to kind of go and do some research. So if you guys have thoughts about different creatures that you know about, and I've taken all of your notes. I have a list that I'm building of all the notes that you guys have sent me, so I've not forgotten those ones that you guys have sent me. But if you want to see more of these videos, they'll be posted up on Monster Art School here on Facebook, and I'm going to be putting them up on my YouTube page, which is Steve Ellis Artist, right?
Channel.
YouTube channel, sorry, it's not a page, you're right, it's a channel. Just Steve Ellis Artist. And what
Capital
else?
Steve.
Capital Steve?
Ellis,
Capital Ellis? Capital Steve, Capital Ellis.
lowercase artist.
Is it? Oh, okay. On YouTube? Okay. And then, so the final step is, well, you could throw some textures in here. I always like to throw a little bit of ground texture in. It could be like little ovals, just to look like there's dirt. You can just pop them in anywhere. Make them ovals, not circles, because if they're circles, they'll look like you're looking straight down on them, and you want it to look like you're looking at the side of these textures. And then I'm going to throw my name right here. Steve Ellis. And as usual, I end it with an exclamation point because I had fun drawing with you.
It might belong to
Okay.
the singer. Or it might belong to
Oh, Anubis with a jackal? Oh, that sounds great. I'll do an Anubis. That sounds like fun. Yes, we'll do an Anubis. We'll do a Horus. We'll do an Isis even. She'd be fun too. But I want to do research before I do it because I don't want to just kind of knock them out. Anyway, I hope you had fun.
It's his lunch break every day.
Yeah, that's great, Ted. I'm glad to hear that.
Forward to it every weekday.
That's really awesome. I'm glad to hear that. If you want to make these things feel like they go further back, you can always do some cross-hatching here. And we could talk more about things like rendering. I never get to those. I was going to do some more basic classes, but I never get to those. It's because I have to do work. But I hope this was fun for you. I had a blast with it. It was great because I got to be able to do something a little bit more like how I like to finish stuff. and this paper was so much better. Oh my gosh. But have a great day. Have fun drawing, and I'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. And I don't know, maybe we'll do Anubis tomorrow. I'm not sure. Have a great day, guys. Bye.